The core components we just saw help us to understand what the business does, but they are a bit dry. Usually, businesses like to articulate why they should be attractive to a consumer, what benefits they provide and to whom. They do that in what they call their value proposition. A value proposition conveys what you're selling, what the benefit is in using it, who the target customer is for your product or service, and what makes your offering different from competitors, what makes you unique. It is important for a company to formulate a value proposition. It helps to make sure everyone in the company knows and agrees to what the company is trying to achieve. But writing the value proposition is not always easy. So let's take a look at a template you could use when formulating your value proposition. Marketing guru Geoffrey Moore popularized value propositions in his book Crossing the Chasm. This is the template for a value proposition. It's a very simple template that can help you crystallize your company's value proposition. I've added the template in the classroom notes so you have it for your reference, but let's have Geoffrey Moore himself walk us through his value proposition template.
So my name's Geoffrey Moore. I live in Silicon Valley. I'm a business author. I'm a member of a venture capital firm, and I consult and advise technology companies largely. About half of my time is spent with startups, and about half of my time is spent with large public companies. When it comes to articulating a value proposition, we have a template that we use in our practice, which has got 6 lines, and it's proved over the years to be pretty useful. So the first line is for, and that's just like who you're talking to. And we'll talk about market segmentation, but we're going to talk to what we call the poster child in your segment, your perfect target customer. And the next line is called who, and that specifies the state that your target customer would be in wanting your offer. So so you have for these people who are in this state of mind. Then the third line is called our product or our service is. And that's where you categorize your offer generically. It's a little bit like what aisle in the supermarket would I go to find your product? It's sort of that sort of thing is in line 3. So you're not trying to differentiate in line 3. You're just trying to say what you are. And then that, and the fourth line is your primary benefit, the thing that basically, it speaks a lot to the state that the customer's in. Typically, if the state is a problem state, this is the answer to that problem kind of thing. And then the last 2 lines help position you against your closest competitor. So unlike, and this is where you put your closest competitor, and what's important here is that you not pick a competitor that's ineffective or not valuable to the customer. You want to pick a legitimate alternative that this customer should probably be thinking about, but then what you say is, unlike this competitor, our offer, and that's the 6th line, and you state your primary differentiation there. And it's not that our offer is better. It's typically what you normally do with differentiation is you say, they are good for this, and we are good for that.
It's really worth it to go through the exercise, as it will further guide you in the decisions you take down the line. You will convey your business's value proposition in a number of different ways and in a number of different places. From the copy on your website to the content of your ads, it is a way for a company to articulate to the consumer what they're all about. Here's an example of how Trello tells consumers who they are on their website. It says Trello is the free, flexible, and visual way to organize anything with anyone. You can see that through this value proposition, they make it immediately clear what they do, even if you had never heard of the company before.